Hello everyone, welcome to the Adarsh Rath report. First of all, thank you so much for showing so much love and आप लोगों से बहुत appreciation आ रहा है regarding the content that we create and बहुत लोग हैं जो request कर रहे हैं कि to do something on fashion designing. So here we are. Today we will discuss fashion designing and beyond, right? So because today I have a guest जो कि was really special and I admire him a lot. But before we get into the introduction and the interview, let me give you certain facts and figures to set the context on Indian fashion design industry, right? So what is happening is one is educational institutions. So बहुत सारे educational institutes है, more than 50 good fashion design schools and institutions like NIFT, NID, Pearl Academy, जो लोग they are trying to educate or trying to make good professionals in the field of fashion designing, and there are thousands of students those who graduate every year. Second is employment opportunities. So interestingly, fashion designing industry employs more than 1.5 million professionals, and not just in not just as designers but also as stylists, merchandisers and textile researchers. So textile research has also become a profession now. And then is entrepreneurship. So one interesting data is around 30 to 40% of the designers are entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs मतलब उनका खुद labels या brands हैं. So which is a good sign for the Indian economy. Next is international collaboration. So Indian fashion designers these days, they are not just staying local or even national, but they are having international collaborations with the designers, retailers in different countries like say US, UK, Italy and many other countries. Next is the trend of fashion weeks and events. So in India itself, I mean in many cities, there have been a lot of major this events and fashion events, fashion weeks which are conducted, and there are thousands of designers who can present, and you wouldn't believe there are more than 10 lakhs of audience in such weeks, which is encouraging number for the fashion design industry. One more interesting fact is the Indian fashion design industry invests more than $50 million annually only in research and development. Research and development किसमें? In innovation and sustainability, especially for the use of eco-friendly materials and ethical production practices. So this is a good amount to start with. And the market trends. One more interesting figure is, so Indian fashion design industry contributes and generates more than $10 billion annually to the country's GDP. And one encouraging fact is it is growing 8 to 10% every year. So which is again a good sign. With all these good signs, there are definitely challenges in every industry. So is in fashion design industry. So बहुत सारा challenges है, like maintaining authenticity, जहाँ पे replicas का flood है, not just in India but internationally. Second है how to ensure sustainable and ethical practices. बहुत सारा complexities हैं in terms of distribution, retail infrastructure. Competitors भी बहुत हैं from international brand and even national brands. And very important thing is keeping up with the rapid change in the trend, right? That is very, very important. So to discuss the opportunities and challenges, इसमें क्या होता है कि entrepreneurs normally what they do is they convert these challenges to opportunities. Today we have somebody who has walked the talk, who has been leading by example. He is Bigg Boss season 11 fame, one of the really famous person from the Bigg Boss season 11. He's an entrepreneur. He's a lifestyle and fashion designer as well. He is a proud Indian because he promotes Odisha and Indian handlooms and fashion. And interestingly, he is a good chef that I learned recently. So thank you so much, Samir Zazi sir, for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me here. And such a long introduction, and more than the introduction, others is your research on the industry and what is happening in the industry right now. Yes, it's a huge market. Yes, a lot of money is being made. A lot of people are getting into fashion designing. But internationally, how good are we
Correct.
placed is very important. वो कहते हैं ना स्वदेशी पूज्यते राजा विद्वान सर्वत्र पूज्यते. So if you're Vidwan, if your designs are good, I think we should be everywhere in the globe. Why only in India?
True.
So that's how I see from the just what I get from
Right.
your research. And thanks for having me here.
So lovely, so lovely. Because you look amazing, like your personality. You're wearing handloom, and so nice. So let me, because I mentioned Big Boss season 11. So I just wanted to know how Big Boss season 11 influenced your journey as an entrepreneur or as a motivational speaker or any other hats that you wear. How has that influenced your journey?
Big Boss season 11 happened because I wanted it. I had manifested about it. I had prayed for being there because I had been watching season 1 to season 10, and when season 1 happened, I said I would be there in season 11. So you can imagine my tapasya was for 10 years minimum. And as I told you before personally, I had worked on it that I would be there.
Right.
And how did it influence? You become a star overnight. You become a celebrity in 105 countries where Indians live. You are known by your face, your name, your attitude, your, like in Korea, as we say, onga bhangi dhangi, everything is known to the people, those who watch it. So you are a household name for those 3 months' time. And yes, it made a lot of impact because people saw a good person who's not fighting,
Correct.
who's cooking, who's feeding. Because when Big Boss had asked me once, you will only be cooking and feeding, or would you be fighting too? Would you be taking a stand? I said, my biggest stand is when I'm feeding people, those who want to fight. If there is no food, there is no energy. So there were things like, Big Boss had given me Karela and Bangan. He had given me pumpkin and tori. So he thought that these combinations, there will be no food available and there will be more jagda. I beg to differ. He had forgotten that I'm Odia. We can make dishes from anything.
In fact, मुझे पता चला कि people also called you Annapurna there. कभी shortage नहीं हो सकता.
कोई कभी भूखा नहीं रहा. And लोग डरते थे कि मैं इतना खाना बना रहा हूँ, राशन खत्म हो जाएगा. The week's last days will be full of hunger and मारपीट and all. और मैंने चैलेंज किया था कि मेरे हाथ से कभी खत्म ही नहीं होगा, वो बढ़ता जाएगा. And I'm the only one in Big Brother, the English and the abroad version, and Big Boss, in both, I'm the only one who had made alcohol out of apple, because we used to get 25, 30, 40, 50 kilos of apple and other fruits every week. So what would happen to those? So I had made watermelon and apple and juices. There's no grinder or mixture or juicer, so वो जो जाली होता है, जाली में सब कर के, it was a brilliant experience, and it is like showing what are you made of.
Correct.
If given a chance to survive, it was a luxurious, beautiful house though. But if given a chance to survive like this between people, then yeah. And motivational speaking is, I do switch words. I try to, like every morning on Instagram, I send a reel of good morning with a message which somebody can understand. I say nothing new. I always say whatever is known to people. That is like, again, telling myself that I have to rectify. If I don't rectify myself, who am I? I'm nobody to give a pravachan or give even a morning message, because that is again letting getting better day by day. So motivational, अगर किसी को लगता है बहुत अच्छा है, because on that case, Adarsh, I have got lesser followers. Some people might be thinking, अरे यार ये बकवास करता है, because social media is where you show off,
Correct.
where you do a lot of drama, and
But
it
you keep it real, yeah.
So no makeup, no filter. हाँ, filter कभी अच्छा दिखने के लिए maybe. So motivation is to motivate yourself first.
Correct.
When you are good, the whole world becomes good.
So nice, so nice. There are, when talking about Big Boss, now I'll not have too many questions, but audience say there are two questions they've asked me to, they've said कि ये दो सवाल जरूर पूछना. So एक है कि How was it like meeting or interacting with Salman Khan? That is one. And the second is Bigg Boss scripted? What are
I have always said, and I will deny those who say that is scripted or anything. It is not at all scripted. It functions in such a way that there will be fights, there will be tutu meme. Like, we live in a family. We go out, we do things, we watch TV, we have a phone to be busy with, everything. Then even we have our stress levels up and we fight, we have tutu meme at home. So imagine 20 different kind of people from different walks of life are living in one place. There is no communication with the outer world.
and you don't know who they are until you enter.
Well, you are nice with everyone. Like, after a while, your food habit is different, your sleeping habit is different, the way you keep your room is different. So it is not scripted. It automatically, you erupt. You become, you cannot control your emotions or anger and everything. So no need of scripting at all. अगर स्क्रिप्टेड होता तो शायद मैं 11 से अभी तक होता वहीं पे. मैं इतना अच्छा ड्रामा कर सकता हूँ.
आप जब ये बोले I must give that link of that video and that 7 minutes for second.
That was like impromptu and I had to do it.
Amazing. That is very inspiring. In fact, I saw that video before this interview. Thing is, were you interested in fashion designing since the beginning? कि मेरे को ये करना है, और what inspired you to venture into fashion designing industry? कैसे fashion designing है? Of course, you had fashion in you. You always loved fashion. That I understand. But इतने में pursue करना चाहिए to take it to the next level. When did you think this?
1995, I had given my NIFT entrance, and I wanted to be in Delhi NIFT, which I didn't get a seat. I got, I think, Trivandrum or Bombay. And I said, no, if it is not Delhi, because all the best designers were coming out of Delhi
at
NIFT.
that time, yes.
So if it is not Delhi, I would not do it. So my father, to make me feel better, he said, thank God you didn't become a tailor. So, it was like a journey. But from a childhood, I remember people like if a guy is with the cooking stuff,
Right. आपको कुकी बनना है.
हाँ, अगर ये नहीं बचपन में अगर आप एक वो मिलता था ना सेट
Right.
किचन से, अगर वो खेलोगे तो अरे लड़की जैसा बिहेव कर रहा है.
Right.
अगर आप कपड़े के बारे में सोचिए, अरे ये तो ये हो गया है. So they have this
Right.
fixed mindset.
Mindset that.
But I used to take the tukras, the katrans from my next door tailor in my childhood, and I used to pin those up. Those dolls used to get the couple dolls, a male and a female, dulha dulhan. So I used to take out their attires and I used to make my attire, and I used to show it to my mom that how does it look ना, ये ऐसा अगर बनेगा तो कितना अच्छा दिखेगा. So I used to have these 20-30 things, and my parents always thought that he loves to do these craft.
Yeah.
So designing was far in 80s. It was like what. You don't have. I belong to Berhampur. Designing, like एक टेलर बैठा हुआ है, उसके पास कपड़े पड़े रहते हैं, वो 3 महीने में एक शर्ट देगा. We knew that much. So designing was far away a dream, but I wanted that. And when I got an opportunity, I used to do small little things. While in Bombay, living since '96, I used to do casting. I used to do financing for films, a lot of things, events and all that stuff. But designing always was there because I wanted to dress up people. I may look good or not, I may have expensive stuff or not, but I would make somebody look good.
Good way.
So
That boosts the confidence.
and I always loved handloom. Like you can have all the glitters, but all the glitters are not gold. And handloom is gold for sure.
True.
So and nothing beats handloom. So yes, then I work on sustainable fabrics and garments. I'm working on natural fiber like bamboo, banana, hemp, pineapple, and lotus stem. So these all are natural fibers, and it's expensive. But now when we talk about having organic food, organic habits, organic cosmetic, organic this, that, why not organic clothing? So that's a different market altogether. And yes, I want to be a part of the silent fighter or the warrior of the environment, for environment. So I'm doing my bit.
Yeah. So you are definitely not a silent fighter. You are an amazing orator. So how did Kimbadanti come into existence? What is Kimbadanti actually?
Um, I'm sure everyone who's even listening or seeing this have faced this. Where is Odisha? अच्छा वो बंगाल के एंड में जो है अच्छा वो वाइजैक के बाद एक जो है वो क्या भुवनेश्वर अच्छा पूरी जगन्नाथ ओडिशा हैज had for a longest time had this definition of कहाँ है
Correct.
and ओडिया वो क्या होता है so these kind of gestures have got half of my life so when I thought of my brand's name I wanted a Sanskrit name because we all are so dramatized, everything. Like a reel is going on, on a word, parampara or something like that. You've heard of this word. It's so nice. So I wanted Kimbadanti. In Sanskrit, Kim is what Badanti is saying. So when we listen to mythology or something astonishing, surprising, or like, you tell your kid that Hanuman ji ude the. So it's like, kya? Kaise ude the? So that Ascharjavachak, that shocking thing that in you is Kimbadanti. Kya keh rahe ho?
Wow.
Are you sure? So all the folklores or the mythology that we have in our books and our epics are almost Kimbadanti. So I wanted to create the name Kimbadanti that out of handloom you can have the most modern attires and the best of the things. So not only a kurta or a blouse or a sari or a things, but I have wedding torsos. I have done so many modern outfits that people really thought that this cannot be done. Out of 6 handkerchiefs, I made shirts. I have 14 handkerchiefs, I made pants. So handkerchiefs that you get in Orissa, in Sambalpuri handkerchiefs. So a thread can create a huge story.
Correct.
So my story is Kimbadanti.
Wow, superb. I mean, this is really inspiring, and I'm sure many young entrepreneurs will be inspired. Now,
Thank you.
we are talking about fashion entrepreneurs. So, what role do you see these fashion entrepreneurs or enterprises? ये लोग क्या कर सकते हैं in mostly preserving and promoting this traditional Indian craftsmanship that you are definitely striving and promoting. But ऐसे entrepreneurs, fashion entrepreneurs या fashion enterprises जो हैं, what can they do more?
First of all, if it is only for money, then you would just be a trader. You will never be a creator. Even if you're a designer and you want to have a store, from the weavers you'll get those stuff and sell it. It doesn't work. You have to be creative. You have to give your own weave. You have to give your own patterns and designs.
Correct.
Out of that, you can make a lot of outfits and different designs. अब आजकल इतना अच्छा हो गया others that your social media can connect to the world. So promote yourself. Give time to it. Just don't look for money to be made. First of all, let you be heard, you be seen, your products to be visible.
Correct.
And when people say that we are passionate about fashion, prove it. Don't just talk about it. And you have got so many options in the world. The social media, you have all the applications that you can make and create stuff. So yeah, create. Show that you are unique and your designs and ideas are unique. Just don't say that we are going to do something great. Do it, and the world is your market. So I'm no one to give advices. I can only tell you, go in a lovely journey, learn at every step, and you would be successful for sure.
Very nice. I mean, very, very true. In fact, last week you had invited me to an event. What inspired me the most is you also had invited the weavers.
Yeah.
That was touching. When we are discussing that, what are the challenges that you think Indian weavers face in today's market, and how should we address those challenges?
What I feel is, others, that a lot of second-hand stuff has come, a lot of fake stuff has entered the market in the name of real hand. And I saw in a government store a Dongariya sari which was brilliantly woven. They said it is handloom, but I could make out it is a power loom thing. Because a Dongariya, the pattern, the pattern, it cannot be in such a finished way.
Yeah.
It cannot be in such a way that
There has to be that rawness.
that rawness was not there. And when you just turn around the sari or the weave, you would see the threads. There were no threads. nine, no sir, they do it nowadays this way. Make this is a power loom thing. And people, those who come to find authentic stuff, they do not find. They think it is the thing and they pay a price which is like 10 times of it. So what I think is quality check is very important. We all had been said since our childhood that never ever trust anyone blindly. So what weavers are doing is they're doing their job. But if some agent of some company comes and says that I need it to be done this way and we want it, or else, will not pay you, or some threat or something, or else you might be making a weaver greedy, then what happens? दोनों के धर्म जाते हैं. एक चोरी करना सिखाता है, दूसरा चोरी करता है.
Correct.
So इसमें होता क्या है कि originality, authenticity चला जाता है. That is one. The second thing I've realized is new patterns and new designs in weaving have come and the prices have gone up. I think out of all the handlooms that we have in India, Odisha handloom is one of the most expensive handlooms.
Correct.
And a person will buy 1 or 2 or 3 if they have money. Why would they buy more?
Correct.
They will only keep 2-3 in their wardrobe. But I would say if the cost of the handloom is affordable to every individual, I think everyone would have a lot in their wardrobe. Even I had, in some other interview, I had requested, कुछ नहीं, तो एक रुमाल ही खरीद लो handloom का. You would know how good it is. So the challenges are when greedy people enter the market. वो चाहे farming हो, चाहे industry हो, चाहे कहीं पे भी हो, handloom हो, कहीं पे भी हो, even art and Now Pattachitra has gone in a different manner altogether.
Correct.
People from Bengal are doing Pattachitra, whereas Raghurajpur is just a historic village. Pipali Chandua has gone out, and people in Surat and Gujarat are making those and selling in Bombay market and Delhi market. You go to Diwali to Bombay, you would see all the Pipali Chanduas made in Surat. So are we losing our own tradition and cultural, things and handicrafts? So similarly, if there is, you dilute with anything, it is going to go waste. So the biggest challenge is wrong people getting into the right business. I think so. And weavers should be careful. जितना भी कोई पैसा दे दे, आप अपना पुश्तैनी कला जो है वो उससे कैसे यूज सकते हो? How can you हम शायद हमारे एंसेस्टर्स के श्राद्ध ना करें, बट याद तो करते हैं, कभी कभार याद तो करते हैं, बट उन्हीं के दिए हुए संस्कार, उन्हीं के दिए हुए वीव्स को हम कैसे उससे खराब कर सकते हैं, जिससे हमारा स्टेट रिप्रेजेंट होता है, जिससे हम पहचाने जाते हैं. अगर आंख बंद करके आप उड़ीसा बोलोगे तो पहले जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ हर एक कोई बोल देता है, बट कितने लोग एक्चुअल में जानते हैं जगन्नाथ जी कौन है, क्या है? आजकल रील्स आने लगे. When we talk about fabric, the first thing comes Sambalpuri.
Correct.
So how many people know what a real actual Sambalpuri? When you talk about art, Pattachitra, how did it start? What is the meaning? How beautiful it is? So youngsters और हमारे जनरेशन के लोग और आगे के आने वाले जनरेशन के लोग, अगर इसे हम होल्ड नहीं कर पाए, हैंडल नहीं कर पाए, चाहे आप जितना भी पैसा बना लो, आप कहीं ना कहीं अपने मातृभूमि से धोखा कर रहे हो.
Very true. See, in fact, coming to what you have said कि ये जैसा बहुत लोगों को पता ही नहीं है कि ये जो डोंगरिया है ये राइट है कि नहीं है. So what do you think are the strategies for to increase the awareness of general public? बहुत लोगों को जो पता नहीं है. And what role government or private players can play in increasing awareness about Indian handloom, state specific handloom जो भी है, क्या करना चाहिए to raise the awareness?
जैसे डिजिटल आर्ट फॉर्म हो गया है आदर्श, इससे क्लिक ऑफ अ बटन, यू कंप्यूटर में आपने डिजाइन बना दिया, क्लिक ऑफ अ बटन, इट कम्स आउट.
Correct.
But while you're doing handloom, it's a lot of effort. It takes months to weave. Now the same thing you were trying to weave in a month or two, or like a Dongariya shawl is woven because the winters are coming, so it is thick, they can wear it. It was a personal choice of those weavers. वही चीज आज बाजार में इतना अवेलेबल कैसे हो गया? जब वीवर्स की संख्या कम हो गई है. जब CSR में लोगों को वीवर्स को फंडिंग दी जाती है, उन्हें सहायता मिलता है, उनका लाइफ इजी हो गया है, फिर भी वो वीविंग करते हैं. दे नो कि उनकी कला का क्या महत्व है, क्या प्राइस टैग हो सकता है. जब वो 300 साड़ी करते थे एक साल में, आज 3000 कैसे हो गया? सो कहीं ना कहीं डाइल्यूट हो रहा है। इधर वीवर्स की संख्या बढ़ गई है, तो गवर्नमेंट को शायद, मुझे लगता है कि वीविंग टेक्निक को, जो हैंडलूम है, उससे बहुत लोगों को स्किल करना चाहिए। स्किल डेवलपमेंट जो है हमारा, उसमें होना चाहिए, बिकॉज नहीं तो वो कला एक दिन खत्म हो जाए,
ऑब्सोल्यूट हो जाएगा।
टोटल। So I think there's a huge challenge for private and like Reliance has got this handloom stuff now.
Yeah, Avantara, no?
Yeah, so they are coming with a lot of stuff. When you order for 300 sarees of the same, it is impossible. And to be given in a specific time, it is impossible. You ask for 1,000 designs of that same pattern and same weave, it's impossible. वो सिर्फ डाइल्यूट और फेक होने से ही होगा। अगर आप समय नहीं दोगे तो हैंडलूम, हर मैंने कहा ना, मेरे एक रील में मैंने कहा कि अगर आपको कोई भी चीज़ अच्छा चाहिए, उसके लिए आपको पेशेंस चाहिए, पेशेंस के साथ परसिस्टेंस चाहिए, उसके साथ लगन चाहिए, उसके साथ फोकस चाहिए। आपको अगर इंस्टेंट चाहिए तो वो सिर्फ मैगी मिलेगा। तो अगर इंस्टेंट मैगी खाओगे तो तबीयत वैसे ही खराब होगा।
करेक्ट।
आप कभी उड़ीसा आओ, पखाड़ो खाओ, देखो कितना शांति मिलता है। बिरयानी बनने के लिए जैसे वक्त लगता है और चाय बनाने में जैसे 5 मिनट लगता है, उसमें फर्क है। तो इसलिए हैंडलूम इज real gold. You cannot just make it and sell it like that. And if at all you have to grow in the international market, then we have to have more weavers, more skilled technicians, more people those who are inclined towards weaving. The weaver should be given Sanman. The weaver should be not only a couple of people getting the Sanmans or the Rashtrapati Puraskar. A lot of people should be given importance, money properly. They have to sustain. I have seen weavers those who don't have in a good houses.
Correct.
They live in the same shabby places.
Correct.
एंड वही साड़ी हम बेचते हैं हजारों में, लाखों में। एक एक साड़ी टिश्यू सिल्क से बिकम लाइक इन लैक्स। सो अंडरस्टैंड द पर्सन हु मेक्स दैट साड़ी मस्ट बी गेटिंग हाउ मच। जैसे हम फार्मर्स को देखते हैं आजकल कि वो मंडी तक जाते जाते उसका प्राइस बदल जाता है, जो वो खुद खेती करता है वो कम रहता है। तो देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग द गवर्नमेंट शुड डू, एंड वी शुड रेज आवर वॉइस और गिव सजेशन एंड एडवाइसेस कि क्या होना चाहिए। क्या हो गया उसे ग्रहण करना तो एडजस्टमेंट हो गया ना, क्या होना चाहिए, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आई थिंक देयर शुड बी लॉट मोर वीवर्स। अचानक से 300 की जगह 3000 कहाँ से आ जाते हैं? देयर हैज टू बी समथिंग बिहाइंड,
some logic, some logic. Now this technology everywhere, obviously in every sector they say. Do you think technology का कोई रोल है in Indian fashion industry? Will that help? Is it a positive or a negative sign, technology, for say increasing awareness or say for giving platform to the artists and weavers? Yeah, in any which ways, do you think that?
Yeah, part of technology is social media. You open your Instagram, you see reels, and there are different kind of people doing different kind of stories and reels and everything. We might have heard about the mighty brains, those who had been the dacoits and the robbers of the highest order. We'll take a case of Charles Sobhraj. He could have used that brain in a better manner. And he could not have been that. But he was supposed to be famous. He was supposed to be known for that. That was his karma. So we have read from our childhood that science is uses and abuses.
Correct.
Every technology has got its plus and minus. Let's look at the plus points. We are connected with the world like this.
Correct.
But we are disconnected with ourselves. We give so much attention to the social media and technology that we've forgotten. But the same technology in the fashion world has created mammoth amount of opportunities. You can make a design like this. Like in a Jiffy, you can make a design. You can cut the patterns with the help of the application and machineries and technology. You can even stitch those patterns that is in your head. So technology can do everything. Again, I'll tell you, जितना भी टेक्नोलॉजी हो जाए, मिट्टी से चावल ही निकलेगा.
The core should not change.
The core should not change. आप कुछ भी कर लो, चावल मिट्टी में ही होगा, धान उगेगा, तभी आपका पेट भरेगा. So as we cannot forget the base and the core of it, we should not forget that technology can do everything. Even robotics and AI can उगाओ चावल. I don't know. They may be doing it. But जो कोर है वो हमारे पास होना ही चाहिए और उसको हमें पॉलिश करना पड़ेगा. उस जैसे हमें कहते हैं कि लाइक इफ वी गो टू अ म्यूजियम, सिर्फ म्यूजियम में हैंडलूम रखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि ये था कभी नहीं होता है. उसे हमें रिवाइव करना पड़ेगा, हमें जैसे ये हमारा ट्रेजर है वैसे हमें गार्ड करना पड़ेगा.
Very nice, very nicely explained actually. This very nice. So you talked about certain sustainable practices that Kimbudhanti has been following, but I just wanted to know how do you incorporate sustainable and ethical practices in Indian fashion industry, not just Kimbudhanti, but many enterprises that are into fashion design.
So those who are moneyed, those who have got a lot of backup, angel investors, investors, venture capitalists, or the government pushing their brands, they create brands, they create abundantly, they create the same design and pattern in different sizes and everything in a bigger way. Now, as I told you, if a whole year you are doing 300 sarees, in a year again the same person can do a 3000 sarees. It is only possible if he has got infrastructure, skilled people and everything. Similarly, a designer can have anything, but when you talk about handloom stuff being done for global market, I think it's a niche product. I don't think I have a second product of my design.
So scalability
is a huge issue. Yes. And if somebody says that मैंने ये हैंडलूम में बनाया है तो वो जरूर मशीन लूम में हुआ होगा.
So my next question will be little lengthier actually. मैं पढ़ रहा था in Economic Times, Gen Zers. So there's interesting news item in Economic Times which said Gen Z put their money where their heart is, which means it talked about investing in Indianness, that Swadeshi movement 2.0. It seems a lot of Gen Z, so they want to wear handloom these days. They want to promote Swadeshi movement. They want to promote Indian products. So what do you think is the current trend, or what do you think the near future is? Do you think youngsters, because around 70% of Indian audience is less than 40 years of age. So how does it impact the Indian fashion industry?
Gen Z, who was given the name, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But on a specific date, like on a Ganesh Chaturthi, wearing a kurta doesn't make you Indian or Bhakt of Ganesh ji.
Correct.
Wearing a white kurta and a shawl or something and saying Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai on 15th August or 26th January doesn't make you Indian if your thought is not Indian. Swadeshi is like I used to remember our grandfather or the ancestor used to wear this half pant kind of an underwear. Can you wear that today?
Yeah, sure.
You cannot. Even if you wear, it will be a fashion statement that we have got this back. And you will say Gen Z has done this. But there are people, those who still practice that kind of underwear under a dhoti. How many of you can tie a dhoti? You are learning from the reels on Instagram. On Facebook, you are checking how to tie a dhoti. If you are that sanskari and that Swadeshi, being the most modern, you should not leave your tradition and know the tradition. How many of the Gen Zs are sitting down and eating food, whereas the real habit of eating food is sitting on the floor and giving respect to food? How many of the Gen Zs are not ordering online and knows how to cook? कितने Gen Zs को सरसों क्या है, जीरा क्या है पता है, जरा बता दीजिएगा मुझे. So Swadeshi is like charity begins at home.
Right.
Just on an occasion saying me doesn't make
I'm traditional. Yeah.
No, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. And yes, they want to wear handloom, which is very welcoming, and maybe we are going to do more and more fashionable garments so that you can wear it and show off to the whole world. And if at all the Gen Zs want that, and the Generation X, which we belong to, are doing that, then why not? Let's all do something where our Indianness, our Bharatiyata, our tradition, our culture is more prominent to the whole world. If you realize there are a lot of Krishna Bhakts, those who are in different kind of sects and everything, they come to Puri in Rath Yatra and you see they are more Indian than us.
Correct.
whereas we will be wearing a jeans and a kurta because रथ यात्रा है, जा रहे हैं. जगन्नाथ जी हमें गाली करेंगे अगर हमने टी शर्ट पहन लिया, ऐसा नहीं होता है. But look at their purity that they will be wearing a cotton sari, a blouse in a cotton sari, a woman will be wearing, and this guy will be wearing a half sleeve kurta.
Correct.
And it's their habit. So if Indianness, if Swadeshi is not your day-to-day habit, then we all are only living the real life, not the real life.
Very true, very true. So finally, because you have a lot of experience, you've seen the world, you've seen generations together, and you have been promoting, not just Odisha's art form, but also Indian art forms as a whole. So what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs, not just young, but any aspiring entrepreneurs who want to make positive impact in the Indian fashion industry while promoting traditional craftsmanship?
First of all, try to keep up to the pace of the industry. Gain knowledge and experience. Have a lot of patience. हर एक इंसान जो मिलेगा वो आपको खुशी नहीं देने वाला, वो आपको 2 चांटा मार के जाने वाला है. वो चांटे को आपको संभालना पड़ेगा. And चांटा is not physical. It's all about pulling you down and not giving you the right advices. They may take you to a different path altogether. You need to be like a horse in a race course. Nothing is visible. This is closed. Only your focus has to be there. चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, दोस्त बोलेंगे आपको कि यार नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ और कर ले. पेरेंट्स बोलेंगे बहुत हो गया, हमने देख लिया, तूने दिन रात दे दिया है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ और कर ले. कुछ और नहीं, वही चाहिए तो वही करना है. एंड अगेन आई विल टेल यू, लाइफ से बड़ा एडवाइस और एक्सपीरियंस देने वाला कोई नहीं है. कीप ऑन गोइंग. एंड अबाउट रियलिटी, I would say that if at all you are passionate about the fashion industry, learn everything, see the trend, what is happening, not happening, that is for your business acumen. But learn and polish your skills, be creative, have ideas which are workable, do things which are never been done, and you would be unique, and you are born unique. Your DNA is different, your fingerprints are different, then how can your designs be replicated or be somebody else's replica? You are unique, prove that to yourself. चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, एक जिंदगी मिली है, आराम से अच्छे से करो. चाहे वो आपका सूर्योदय 18 के साल में कोई मिस यूनिवर्स बन जाए या फिर 40 के साल में किसी का बिजनेस आगे बढ़े. जिसका जब सूर्योदय होना होता है. Wait for the sun.
Very nice. So thank you, sir. Thank you
so much for having me.
See, I had told you this will be beyond Indian fashion industry, and like I had mentioned, to me this is the one of the most motivational interviews that I've had recently. So I hope you like this content. So keep showing us love, or stay tuned, and so do subscribe for more of such videos. Stay happy, stay healthy. Thank you.